Welcome to Cosmic Compass, where we explore the stories written in the stars and on the worlds beyond Earth. Today, let's travel back to 2004, when a small rover named Spirit set out across the dusty plains of Mars. Its mission was simple in theory, but extraordinary in practice, to search for signs of water on a planet that may once have been alive. Together, we'll follow Spirit's journey, the challenges it overcame, and the discoveries that reshaped our understanding of the Red Planet. On the 6th of February 2004, the Spirit Rover made history. It was not just another machine rolling on alien soil. It was humanity's envoy, a small six-wheeled explorer sent across millions of kilometers to reveal secrets hidden for billions of years. Spirit had already crossed the gulf of space, endured a fiery 6-minute descent onto the Martian surface, and survived a malfunction that almost doomed its mission before it began. And yet its real challenge was only just starting. Spirit's mission was simple on paper, but monumental in reality: to search for signs of water on Mars. Water meant history, chemistry, and perhaps, just perhaps, the possibility that life once had a chance on the Red Planet. To find that evidence, Spirit would need to travel across craters, study the rocks, and use its instruments to peel back the layers of time. What would it find? Let's follow the rover on this remarkable journey. To Spirit, rocks were not just obstacles or targets. They were time capsules, holding fragments of Mars's ancient story. But which rock should be studied first? One candidate, nicknamed Sashimi, lay close by. It was tempting because of its location, but the dusty surface would obscure the rover's instruments. Another rock, Adirondack, was trickier to reach, but almost perfect flat clean and ideally suited for Spirit's grinding tool. Spirit set out carefully across the floor of Gusev Crater, turning in short arcs and inching forward with precision. This may sound trivial, but imagine trying to drive across a rocky plain millions of kilometers away, with every command taking minutes to arrive. That was the reality Spirit lived with each day. Gusev Crater itself was vast, 186 kilometers across, likely 3 to 4 billion years old. Some scientists believed it was once a great lake bed fed by Ma'adim Vallis, a channel longer than the Grand Canyon. If water had once flowed here, then the rocks might still whisper its story. Adirondack would be the first key to unlock that mystery. Spirit carried a unique device called the rock abrasion tool, or RAT. This small grinder, no larger than your hand, was able to drill into rock using a wheel coated with diamond dust, spinning at thousands of revolutions per minute. For the first time in human history, we had sent a machine capable of cutting into rocks on another planet. Before grinding, Spirit took microscopic images and spectrometer readings of Adirondack. The results were surprising minerals like magnetite, olivine, and pyroxene, similar to volcanic basalt here on Earth. But surface dust alone could not confirm the truth. Spirit had to cut deeper. On its 34th sol, or Martian day, Spirit drilled into Adirondack. It may sound ordinary, just breaking a rock, but think about it. A rover built on Earth had travelled across space to Mars and was now performing geology on another world. It was a quiet moment of triumph, the first rock abrasion ever carried out beyond Earth. The exposed interior confirmed Adirondack was indeed volcanic basalt, typical of Gusev's plains. More intriguingly, its surface showed signs of slight alteration, possibly from water. Perhaps only thin films had once seeped through, but even so, water had left its fingerprint. This was the beginning of Spirit's story of discovery. Weeks later, Spirit reached another target, Humphrey Rock. On the outside, it looked ordinary, but when Spirit brushed away its surface, bright minerals appeared within cracks. These seemed to have crystallized from water. Could it be that liquid water had once interacted with this very stone? Here we are faced with the big question. If water was present, even briefly, did life ever have a chance? We don't have the answer yet, But Spirit's work brought us one step closer. Every scrape, every image was like a clue from a crime scene billions of years old, and we were the detectives piecing it together. Spirit continued its travels across Gusev, reaching Bonneville Crater on its 65th sol. With a diameter of 210 metres, it might have seemed promising, but Spirit's instruments found little of value. Bonneville had not been touched by water erosion, and the rocks were unremarkable. Later came Lahontan Crater, smaller but more dangerous. On its rim lay a sand dune that could trap Spirit's wheels forever. The rover avoided the risk and pressed on. Not every destination would provide answers, but each decision kept the mission alive. The true goal still lay ahead. The Columbia Hills, a range of peaks, visible since landing. The Columbia Hills rose like ancient sentinels 3 kilometers from Spirit's landing site. They carried not only geological interest, but emotional weight. They were named to honor the 7 astronauts who died in the Space Shuttle Columbia disaster just a year earlier. Each hill bore one of their names: Anderson Brown, Chawla, Clark, McCool, Ramon, and Husband. By Sol 159, Spirit reached the base of the hills, but the journey had taken a toll. Its right front wheel began drawing 3 times the current of the others. Something was wrong. Perhaps debris had jammed the mechanism, or lubrication had congealed. If the wheel failed completely, Spirit's journey might end here. Engineers back on Earth faced a challenge: how to keep Spirit alive. The rover underwent a tune-up, recalibrating its cameras, testing its wheels, even learning to conserve power by going into deep sleep at night, risky but necessary. It was like giving a tired explorer the chance to recover before climbing the next mountain. And then came the breakthrough. On Sol 188, Spirit tried something new. It began driving backwards. This simple adjustment relieved pressure on the failing wheel and extended its life dramatically. Imagine that a robot millions of kilometers away surviving thanks to a clever change in strategy. It was one of many small triumphs that made Spirit a legend. As the rover adapted, it pushed onward. Eventually, it climbed to the summit of Husband Hill, more than 100 meters above the surrounding plains. From here, Spirit looked out over Gusev Crater, a panorama of red dust, dark dunes, and rolling Martian hills. For the first time, we could imagine standing there ourselves, gazing across an alien horizon. Remember, Spirit was only meant to survive for 90 sols. Yet by the time it reached the top of Husband Hill, it was Sol 344. Nearly a year of operations, more than triple its expected lifetime, and Spirit was still moving, still searching, still teaching us about Mars. This little rover had gone far beyond what anyone had dared hope. It had endured harsh dust storms, freezing nights, mechanical failures, and still pressed on. Its discoveries of volcanic rocks, altered minerals, and signs of water rewrote our understanding of Mars forever. Spirit's story is more than just geology. It is a reminder of what persistence can achieve. Even a machine the size of a golf cart, powered by sunlight and determination, can push the boundaries of human knowledge. As we continue to explore Mars, Spirit's tracks across Gusev Crater remain a symbol of resilience and discovery. And remember, Spirit's journey didn't end here. In the next part of its story, the rover would encounter dust devil storms and new geological mysteries, but that is a tale for another time. Spirit's legacy reminds us that even the smallest explorers can uncover the greatest truths. From a mission planned for just 90 days, Spirit endured for years, teaching us that persistence and ingenuity can stretch the boundaries of possibility. If you enjoyed this journey, join us again here on Cosmic Compass as we continue to navigate the wonders of space. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next story from the cosmos. Until then, keep looking up and let's keep exploring together.